All right, guys, we went through our top 10 quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends for the week this week. Now we're going to go over our top defenses of week 16. We're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. We're going to work our way from bottom to top. So at number 6 here, I have the Chargers defense. They are taking on the Indianapolis Colts. To start off with it here, the Chargers defense is the number 30 defense in 2022. So they're not exactly an elite defense by any stretch of the imagination. But they have been encouraging because they have gotten their pass rush going and they have forced at least one fumble in almost every single game. They also have one of the best matchups this week going up against the Indianapolis Colts offense. Without Jonathan Taylor, I expect the Chargers to be one of the best low-key defensive matchups in week 16. The number 5 defense in week 16 is going to be the Cleveland Browns defense. They are taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Browns defense was really stout against the Ravens in week 15. And I know that was because they did not have Lamar Jackson in the game plan, but still, they were still a really stiff defense for the Ravens. They've got another good matchup this week, and I think the Browns pass rush will be all over Andy Dalton and the Saints offense. The number 4 defense for week 16 is the Tennessee Titans defense. They are taking on the Houston Texans, man. Let me start by going over this. The Titans defense is not exactly good. And I will say that the Texans have shown some fight in them in the past couple of weeks. But the Titans are in a must-win situation here, and they have one of the best matchups. I always say that a team that plays the Houston Texans, that team's defense will be in one of these videos. I expect them to stomp on the Texans' neck this week and not let up. The number 3 defense for week 16 is the Detroit Lions defense. They are taking on the Carolina Panthers, man. So don't look now, but the Lions are actually developing a really good defense. It took them a little bit, but they are really developing a good team overall right now. Their defense is developing a real pass rush, and they play really physical football, and they wear down their opponents. I like their chances this week versus a deteriorating Carolina Panthers offense. The number 2 defense in week 16 is the Denver Broncos defense. They are taking on the Los Angeles Rams this week. Now, last week I said that the Broncos were going to be a great defense in week 15, and they turned out to be a great defensive play that week. I expect this again because the Broncos defense is very, very good on every level of the defense. Like I said earlier last week, this is an elite defense that would be recognized as an elite defense if their offense had anything to work with. They also have one of the best matchups in week 16 going up against the Sam Darnold-led Carolina Panthers. I expect this to be a great game again for the Broncos defense. And the number 1 defense for week 16 is going to be the 49ers defense. They are taking on the Washington Commanders, guys. The 49ers defense, it's literally just elite. There's just nothing else to this one. Pass rush, coverage, turnovers, they have it all on defensive side of the ball. They're always great. I don't care who the matchup is, but especially this week, they're going up against a weaker offense in Washington. They just kind of really sputtered against the Giants a little bit. So I expect them to get handled by the San Francisco 49ers, who are rolling on offense, but also rolling on defense as well. Nick Bosa is having a great year this year, defensive player of the year type of level, and I expect them to have a great week here against the Washington Commanders. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you play fantasy football and like the video. And if you are looking for your top 10 tight end starts this week in week 16, click on this video right here and click the link in the description to support the channel.